I'm pretty sure, like, illegally 4 people are living there, and they have a dog, and they're so mean to the dog.
No,
It, like, makes me cry every
stop.
time.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
I'm so scared of them.
sad. Oh, like we have to whisper.
Yeah, I'm like,
Don't tell them.
yeah, I don't know if they can hear me.
No, we're just like so like close to each other that we can just hear each other. Well, guys, if you're joining us on video, we're in a different spot today.
So different.
Very different.
Welcome to my apartment.
So cute. And Miranda just got a new couch.
Yes.
We were testing it out. I asked Miranda because I was going to be in Dallas and we needed to record. And so I was like, oh my gosh, we should record on your cozy new couch. And I think she thought maybe that we were going to bring her couch to my house.
I was like, yes. And then I was like, wait, how am I going to fit it in my car? I'll have to borrow Ian's car.
So funny. Because I was like, no, wait, what did you even say? You were like, at my house, right? Or something like that. And I was like, no, you're going to bring your couch all the way to Fort Worth from Dallas and we're just going to record on your couch. I was like, no, since I'm going to be in Dallas, I feel like it'll just be fun to just do something different. Just kind of like have it at your house. I'm already going to be here. I might as well just take all my stuff just because like I have to set it up every single time, even at my house anyway. So I was like, maybe just change of scenery, make it easy on Miranda. She doesn't have to travel. I'm already here. So why not? But yeah, so
it worked out.
Welcome to Miranda's apartment. It looks so cute on camera, I think.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah, I think it'll look good.
So this couch is basically, if any listeners out there have kids, there's this thing called the Nugget couch.
Wait, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it's basically just like big like shapes that kids can make different like forts with.
Yes, okay.
This is basically like an adult nugget couch because there's so many different ways that you can like configure it.
Yes.
So it's really nice.
Oh my gosh, wait, that reminds me on Shark Tank. Do you watch Shark Tank or no?
I never have.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll stop talking.
No,
I know. I'm just so out of it right now, guys. I've been doing so much today. I've been like bopping around Dallas, having chats and everything. But anyways, on Shark Tank, there was this product that these people made and it was a dog bed, but for humans.
Oh.
So they made like a giant, like, I mean, you know how dog beds are where it has like that rounded look to it, but they made it like even bigger for adults. And apparently, I mean, it got a deal, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, sign me up for that.
Yeah, love kid dog things. Yeah. And I mean, it looks cozy, but I don't know about like being that close to the floor for some reason. Mm-hmm. It like feels too close to the floor. Anyways, that doesn't even matter. What are we talking about?
I don't know. Welcome to the pod, guys.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're a little delusional, or at least I am. I feel like I'm just like, what is happening? I've just been like really busy. I've had like, today I had a session, then I met up with my friend, and then I had a consult before I had to leave my house, and then I had to pack everything to come over here. And then yesterday, what did I even do yesterday? Oh, WIPA.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, yeah, we went to the WIPA thing yesterday.
I'm like, something took a lot of my time yesterday. And yeah, I had to drive to Dallas, go to WIPA, and that was like a 4-hour event.
Which I didn't really clock that it was going to be 4 hours.
Oh my gosh, me either.
Well, I thought honestly, it was like 2 hours.
Honestly, I did no research, had no idea what was going on.
Same.
Didn't even know we were going to get lunch. Didn't know that there was going to be speakers. So I didn't know a single thing going into this. It was your lamp.
My lamp is like,
it's like, what just happened?
It's like haunted. It'll just turn on and off.
No, I think it's fine. It's okay. But yeah, so WIPA, that happened. And then I don't know, I had to do something on Monday too. I don't know. I've just been like having to wake up early, go places, be in Dallas. So it's just been kind of like back-to-back things. That's why I'm like, what am I even doing?
How does that make you feel? Like, do you like
honestly,
being busy like that?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do. I was actually, that's so funny that you brought that up. I was thinking about that earlier when I was like packing up to get everything over here. And I think not having a lot to do kind of makes me a little depressed. Same. Because I'm not like getting out of the house or like having to get out of the house. And so having something planned, whether it's like a session in the morning or just like meeting someone for coffee or just like going to an event, I feel like I'm a little bit more like happy and more energized, which is weird.
Yeah.
Right? Like you'd think that like it would be the opposite where it's like well, I have a lot of time. I'm not doing anything. So I have more, you would have more energy. But I feel like the opposite sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Especially like, I mean, yesterday was pouring rain,
Oh,
which
yeah.
that doesn't compute in my brain. But like the sun is out today. So I feel like you're just like, I don't know, everyone's energized at this time of year.
And and my engagement session was so good. I know the couple in, they've been in like, I think they've gone to like 2 other weddings that I've been at, because oh my gosh, I cannot talk.
No, you're good. Like they were guests at different
Yes,
weddings?
they were guests at different weddings. I'm like trying to put it all in my mind. I'm like, how do I know them again? So the couple God. I'm gonna take a deep breath.
Yes.
I'm like going too fast for my mouth in my head. My thoughts are just like everywhere, and my mouth is not computing. But I just need to slow down. I don't know why I feel like I'm just like,
yeah, we're
like
not in danger.
Molecules, yeah,
we're not in danger.
We're not in danger. I know. I told Miranda before we were computing. Before we were recording, I was like, I need to breathe. We are not in danger. I'm like, no one's gonna die right now. Like, we are fine. Anyways, they've been guests at other weddings, and his brother got married 2 years ago, and so I took his brother's wedding photos.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I know them, and they're just like really sweet, and yeah, it was just like the best. I just kind of like knowing a couple, even if it's just that connection, just feels a lot better than just like going into it kind of blind. So they just felt like a little bit more comfortable with me too. So
it was fun. Like an engagement session, or
just a couple? Just an engagement session. They're getting married in December.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
so it'll be fun. But yeah, so I did that, and I'm trying to think, what else did I do? Yeah, I guess that really took my whole day. I went to go to Legacy to get film. I've never been to the Dallas store.
I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, it's right by White Rock, which is crazy, because it was perfect for like my little trip over to the Arboretum, because I was just like, I need to get film, and I didn't know where to get film. Because I knew of the place that's like close to here. What is it called? Photographic or something?
Kim, have I not put you on Dawn's yet?
I haven't been, but I do remember you telling me about it, because Aisha told me about it this morning too. Okay. And so I just knew that Legacy was going to have the film that I needed, and it was close to where I was going to be. Yeah. But I didn't even look to see where Dawn's was, honestly.
It's closer to where you live, actually.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit more. Okay.
Okay. West.
Yeah. So Legacy, yeah, they have a Dallas storefront. So if you ever need to get film, you can go over there. But I remember you telling me that the one that's close to you kind of sometimes doesn't have film.
Yeah, so the one that's like down the street is like they're always out. They don't carry a lot. Oh, but they have a second location, like their main location is in Deep Ellum.
Oh,
and they always have film there. But
I see. Okay. Yeah, I just was like, I think Legacy will have the film that I need, which honestly I could have called, but I didn't even call. It's fine. I've been all over the place. I'm just glad that I'm here and everything's good.
Yes.
Everything's good to go. Got everything done. But I guess we can just talk about WIPA yesterday, right?
We went to our first WIPA event.
What does that stand for?
Wedding Industry Professional Association.
Okay, perfect.
And if you don't live in Dallas, like WIPA they have chapters like in most major cities across the US. But it's basically just a big networking group. And yeah, we have not discussed our thoughts to each other yet, because we were saving it for this.
Yes.
So how did like you like overall feel? Like
it was fine. I felt like I think the more we do things like that, the easier it'll get to actually like go up to people and like say hi, because I feel like a lot of the time it was like people going up to us.
Yeah.
And I want to get better at just like going up to people and saying hi, because I don't know, I'm just so shy. I'm like, oh, they don't want to talk to me, but that's literally the point. That is the point of the whole event. Yeah. So it's just kind of like I have to just like think about that to next time, I think.
I didn't realize how many people would be there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was crazy.
I think one of the speakers said it was like the biggest like WIPA event that they'd been to.
The most members or the most people that had been to an event, which is crazy to me because, well, I don't know. I wasn't expecting anything, but I don't know if I was expecting more or less. So I didn't really have, I guess, an expectation on how many people were going to be there. Because I also went to that event like a few months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a lot of people.
Really?
Like, if this one was a lot of people to you, this other one that I went to was just like insanity. Like, it was like almost like bigger than a wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. But that one also wasn't like a
networking.
Fundraiser? It was like a fundraiser networking event. So it was just kind of like a little bit of both. But that one was really big. So I guess maybe this one seemed smaller to me because of that first one that I went to.
I was so overwhelmed.
Yeah, no, on that one, I didn't talk to a single person. I was like, I can't do this. It was so loud. There was a band going on. Like, it was crazy. I don't know how people were networking. Steph knows like someone in the wedding industry that was at that event with us, and she was just like bopping around, just like talking to everyone, getting like the popple that I showed you.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. So I was just watching her to see like what she did, because she was just walking up to anyone and talking to everyone. She's a little bit older, so I guess she has a lot more experience, but still, I was just like, how do you do it? It is just so cool. But I mean, that's what those events are for. So it's like, I shouldn't feel awkward. It's not like I just like randomly was like stalking this person and now I'm like, hey, let's have an organic conversation. So I just need to like remember that that's what that event is for. Because I knew there was a few people there that I like knew online or that I had like met once that I was still kind of scared to talk to for no reason.
I think for me, like, I talked to my one planner friend and then I realized like at the end of it, the only other people I talked to were other photographers.
Oh,
which is like good. I mean, I think we all just kind of flock to each other because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like going to my next event, my goal is to like talk to more like vendors that are outside of our industry, because that's kind of the whole point. Because you could just like message someone on Instagram, another photographer. And, like,
but I mean, I still think those are important too.
Yes.
For like just
because I got a second shooting gig out of it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, amazing. Well, I was gonna say like I feel like whenever I like meet someone or kind of just like they're top of mind, I'm more likely to send them that referral where I'm not available for something. And so I think those are even still good to have, especially if it's like photographers that their styles are kind of a little similar, kind of like the same vibe that you want to like, you know, get referrals from. Mm-hmm. And so I still think it's important to do photography, but I do want to meet like planners and everyone else, honestly. I met like 2 stationers, which I was proud of. I said like, I introduced myself and said hi, but it was just kind of like in passing because we were just kind of like stuck. Like in traffic. I think like overall, I was like, oh, this is just like, it's just like so outside of my personality. Same.
So it's like something that I really have to work on.
Yeah. But so that's why we're doing it. Like, I mean, this is our first event. We didn't even know what to expect going into it. So it's just kind
I was proud of us.
I mean, just even going is good.
Yeah.
Just like, we're here.
I could have backed out.
Yeah.
You know? But I went,
seriously.
So.
Or we could have just like not done it. Because I mean, we know that networking is good for us, but we hadn't done it before.
Yeah.
Or like done something that big. So it's like, well, we took one step. It'll be easier the next time. It'll be easier the next time.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fine. But yeah, there were speakers, which is crazy. I honestly had no idea.
There was a 3-course meal.
Yeah, crazy.
Really
it was so
food.
Gorgeous.
It was
so gorgeous. I really wish it had been sunny.
Yeah, so the theme was like Italy,
like summer in Italy, basically. Yeah, summer in Italy. On the coast.
Yeah,
and it was perfect. Lemons everywhere, pinks, yellows, like just the most gorgeous design. Like those, like to me, it almost more reminds me of like Mexican tiles, like that blue. Yeah. What would you call that? Like ceramic tile look.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just gorgeous. They were doing all sorts of things. Photo booth. They had that luggage calligrapher.
Mm-hmm.
What else? They had a painting. They were fundraising. Like,
there was like
so much going on.
I don't know what the instrument's called. It was very Italy, like.
Oh yeah, it's like a guitar, but it's like the circle one. That's like a little small, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what
that's called.
I don't know what that instrument's called.
But
either.
It sounded like we were in Italy.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Besides
the rain,
and being in a tent.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it happens. It happens. And of course, today is like the prettiest, sunniest day of all time.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was really, really cool though. And yeah, the speakers, let's get into that. I wrote down like a few things that they talked about that kind of stuck with me. I was going to ask you if there was anything that kind of like
I have a couple of notes.
Okay, amazing. Let me find mine while you chat about yours.
Okay, so the first speaker was a planner, and she was just kind of basically talking about the importance of networking and like having connections. And the like main thing that stuck out to me was she was talking about how before she made it big, like before her like big wedding that like put her on the map, she like spent like all of her marketing money, like her marketing budget on hosting people in her home and like having dinners, and like she would just invite vendors over to her house and she would just cook dinner for them. And she would do that like every weekend that she didn't have a wedding.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just so beautiful.
No,
and
it's so cool.
So
easy. She said she named like her whole business, like her start of her business was like named after her dining room.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like the red room
remember.
Or something
similar
to that. And yeah, I thought that was really, really cool. Especially, I mean, I guess when you're first starting, like I wouldn't even have thought about doing that.
Yeah. So, she was basically saying like the only thing that matters is the people that you know and their connections, because like she had so many different stories of when things went wrong. The only way that she was able to fix things is because she knew someone.
Yes,
you know?
That's what stuck out to me was her story about her going to like Italy and like knowing someone that spoke Italian because she had to get like linens across the border or something crazy.
They were, like, stuck in customs.
Yes, they were stuck in customs. And so she was able to like call someone who knew Italian to like negotiate the price of the linens and everything. And so I was like, that's actually so true. Like just knowing someone that even they're in the wedding industry and they just know Italian. Like, yeah, of course. Like that's the first person I'm calling for something like that. So it was like, she really made it like seem like this is how I got here is basically through connection and her putting in her own money in like hosting events. And of course she's been doing it for like, what did she say? Like 25 years. Yeah, 25. And so it was like before social media. So I guess she had to like figure out a way to connect with these people. And also her saying that, even after weddings, they would like, if she wasn't hosting, they would go out to like drinks and just like talk about the wedding with like the people that were at the wedding, which I thought was really fun too.
Yeah, like a vendor happy hour, like after hours. Like,
yes.
I thought that was really cool. And like something that like none of us do.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, because it's like, I feel like now that we have phones, we can connect so much easier than like going out and doing something. And so I think a lot more people are more inclined to just like be on their phone and connect that way. But I really do think, now that we're like going to these things and like hearing other people talk about things, just like connecting with people in person is so much better than online. Because I was also telling Aisha this morning about how like you almost kind of forget who you know online because there's so like you follow so many people that it's just kind of like you just kind of forget about that one person you met 3 years ago. And so when you see them online, like Jenny, whenever I saw her and she was like, oh my gosh, we worked a wedding like 6 years ago or something crazy, like 5 years ago, or I don't even know how long it was, but we probably just kind of like forgot about each other because we hadn't seen each other since.
Yeah.
And so now hopefully like we'll just kind of be more in contact after like seeing each other in person. So I thought that was really cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that the first speaker talked about. All I remember is her first multi-million-dollar wedding, which is so crazy. I'm like, I can't even imagine trying to plan something like that. Yeah. It's like one thing to like photograph it, but like planning it is like something that, oh my gosh, you planners, I swear. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but good job.
So amazing. They're like superhuman.
Yeah, no, it is insane how much they do. But I guess the second speaker was a photographer, which was awesome. I didn't know who he was, but he was so successful.
He was a big expander for me.
Yes, it was amazing.
I think his name was Paul.
Girl,
I should know.
Yeah,
I just followed
I'll
him.
put it on the screen somewhere.
He was like George Bush's photographer at the White House. So that's kind of like where he started, like his.
Yeah, and he worked for New York, no, not New York Times.
Yeah, newspaper.
A newspaper. Okay, it was
before then.
Yeah, it was like a big newspaper though.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one, but yeah. So he did that and then went to the White House, right?
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Like he's like fully like a documentary photographer, and he photographed like Bush's daughter's weddings, and so like after the presidency, he just went on to do weddings, and he was like the most like a very big expander for me because I love like his style of shooting, and to see that he's still so successful shooting weddings. Like, I mean, not to be mean, but he's kind of old. And like, I want to be like that old, like still doing this. Yeah. And so, yeah, I loved like just like the way he captures emotion and shoots is exactly like how I love to shoot. And then I was also, he talked about like when he was in the White House, they couldn't have like, well, drones didn't even exist.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And so he would put like these like remote cameras like really like high up, and would get these cool like aerial shots that like were so like
those are the pictures that I
time.
remember most from his whole thing. I mean, honestly, I remember a lot of them, which is crazy because I feel like sometimes you don't even do that with any other photographer. But yeah, those pictures were so good. I wonder if I can find them and like put them on the video.
Yeah,
because it was like,
I stalked his website, and they're on his
website. You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put his information in the show notes so you guys can see what we're talking about. But yeah, it was so good. And he wasn't even saying that much, I don't think. But just I was like so enthralled just like looking at the pictures. And again, these photographs aren't like what you would consider like trendy or
no,
like
not at all.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like,
that's why they cut me to my core.
Yes.
Like, there was this one photo that was like in blue hour, and it was like had been cloudy all day, and then it was the sunset and the sun was out, and the bride's father had just passed, and they were saying how it was a sign from him because he was like the sunset. And so it's just like a photo of like all these people like waving at the sun, and like I have goosebumps right now. It's like so beautiful.
So good. Well, and that also, speaking of that story, it also reminded me how much storytelling is so important for your own photographs too, when you're like going on Instagram and like talking about a wedding. Because if we were to have just like stumbled upon that photo, it would have been a really pretty photo, obviously. But knowing the story behind it makes it 10 times better. And so I really do think, just like in a social media perspective, that's what I thought about whenever he was telling that story. Because like I would have looked at it and of course it's beautiful, but him telling the story along with it just made it like gut wrenching. Right. You're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like it just makes it 10 times better because you know the story behind it. And so that's a really good like just social media tip too, is like tell a story of like not a boring photograph, but like even those like just like photos that no one else would understand unless you told the story are really good, because people are just like emotionally attached to photos and memories. And so it just like, if I were a bride or a groom or a person looking for a wedding photographer, I would be like looking for those stories of like, okay, they can tell my wedding story in a way that like, I don't know, makes sense to my family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. Well, he also would put like a camera on a light stand.
Oh, yes.
For like
I thought that was really
the reception room shots. And I really want to try that.
Yeah.
They were epic.
Yeah. I mean, the whole room.
Yeah.
Like, talk about a wide shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were so,
and it's
so
not
good.
like a drone shot. Like, you know, like maybe he doesn't.
No, it has to be. Well,
I mean, he probably needs it. I think it would make his life a lot easier, but for me,
is it? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like adding another thing to your equipment is just too much.
That's what I'm saying. Like adding a drone for me feels like a lot. And so I want to try just putting it like on a light stand.
Yeah. I think that was a very interesting perspective that he gave me too, is just like getting different angles that nobody else is getting as well. Just like from the White House perspective too, just like those photos look so much different than him just like standing there getting a like eye level, I think he called it. Well, I know what eye level is too, but anyways, eye level photo versus like getting the whole like what is the Oval Office? Like it literally looked like an oval. I almost called it the Circle Office. The Oval Office, like getting that carpet that's like custom to each president is just so cool. Yeah. I just thought that was really good.
Also, he, for one of his photos, it was like the getaway car at the end of the wedding, and he put a light inside of the getaway car.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's genius.
Yeah, I would have never thought lit
up the whole scene.
Yeah, and also it was really interesting because you can see the lights from like either like the street lights, and you can see, I think it was almost like kind of rainy or something where you can see like specks on it. It just like made it so much more lively than just like a flash photo and everything's pitch dark except for them. Yeah. It just like made it so much more interesting.
I was like, how smart is to put a light, like a little video light.
Like it was, I don't think he said it was anything crazy. Yeah, just to light them up a little bit more than just like a flash would. Because I'm pretty sure I saw a reflection of a flash, but having that light in there gave it more like vibrancy to it. So that was really cool. But yeah, he was amazing. We talked to someone like after the event that was like, I didn't really like that presenter, or like not like him, but like his photos were kind of boring. Was that a knock? Hello. Surprise guest.
Ian with our food.
No. Oh my gosh, no. You're good.
Anyways,
anyways, he was saying that he just was like, it was kind of boring. Like, I didn't really like it. And I was like, wow. I looked at Miranda. I was like, I must be easily entertained because
no, I was crying during his
to me, I was like, I was so enthralled. I was like sitting there, like, I'm like trying to, because we were also like sitting in a weird way. To view it. So I'm like looking over here. I'm trying to get over here because there's so many heads in front of me, but it was just so funny. Anyways, so yeah, I was just like, wow, it must be so easily entertained because I thought that was amazing.
No, like, I thought it was amazing too.
He wasn't like he was a man of few words.
Yeah.
His photos told it all. I didn't need more, honestly. Yeah. He could have just showed me a slideshow of his photos with no talking. I'd be like, oh my God, these are amazing. Literally. You're amazing.
No,
I just thought that was so like funny. I just said that out because I was like,
Well, he said that his like way of shooting was like just outdated, different. And I was like,
oh, yes.
This guy's a legend.
Yeah, no, literally. I was like, I'm like shooting for the White House and like the most popular newspaper of all time, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. But no, he was amazing. I'll definitely link below his stuff so y'all can check it out because it was really, really good. Just knowing the stories behind the photos were just like everything too. And he said a good tip too that I also kind of took away is always have someone on the dance floor because you never know what's going to happen. And he had so many epic like reception shots of like people in the air and like people like with their tongues out in the air, like crowd surfing. It was just so cool. And I was like, honestly, yeah, things do happen and you don't know it's about to happen. Like you can't really anticipate a moment happening at the reception. Sometimes they're a little boring. Not a lot of people are crowd surfing sometimes, but sometimes they are. Like at your wedding, you just had a wedding too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we have so much to catch up on. There's so much, but okay, let's go on theme here. WIPA. And then the next presenter, he also was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have nothing to say. This is so boring. Like he kept like just saying that. He was like, what else is there to say? And I'm like taking notes. He was saying so many good things. Yeah. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Like every like thing that came out of his mouth was gold.
Yes.
And I'm like, sir.
I know. Like, what do you mean? I'm like literally over here taking notes. But I think something that really stuck out to me when he was talking is just be careful what you wish for. Because what I kind of like took away from that, what he was saying is like, it's so hard to not want to like go to the next level, reach the next level and just keep going until you get there. But sometimes you just gotta stay present and make sure you know that you're successful right now. And he was like, if you're booking right now, you're successful. Like, it doesn't matter how much money your client is spending or anything like that. It really just matters. Like, if you're booking, you're being successful. Like, you don't have to reach the next level. Like, you can strive for it, but don't forget where you are too. Because he was just also talking about, like, you honestly don't want the celebrity wedding because some people are going to be like, oh, they're too expensive and never inquire with you because they just did like a celebrity wedding.
Right.
So it was just kind of like, just be careful what you wish for because you might get it and then be like, oh my God, this is not what I wanted at all.
Yeah. And then you're stuck there. Your whole like brand forever.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting because I had never heard anybody talk about that. So it was really, really cool. But is there anything that stuck out to you?
That part. And then also he was just kind of saying like, because he kept saying like, is there anything else for me to say? He was kind of he was saying that like you have all the answers already like within you. Like you're here, you're at a networking event, you're shooting, like you have everything that you need inside with you already. Like you don't need like the next like guru to tell you.
Like, he was also like, you don't need to learn more.
Like, he was like, there's no secrets. He's like, you're already putting in the work, just keep doing it. And like that was really like,
I know, I really liked him even though he was just like, well, I don't have anything to say. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, this is exactly what I need to hear right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he had so many like little gold nuggets, but I think that was it for him.
that
I think
was
that
all
was
the
it.
speakers.
Yeah, we had such a great lunch. It was so good. Salmon and potatoes, right? And then the dessert was like a lemon sorbet.
Yes, and a little lemon guy.
Good.
What are they called? It was like a limoncello like sorbet.
Yes. It was so good. But other than that, I think that was it for the WIPA event.
Yeah, all in all, good experience.
It was really good.
I put too much pressure on myself. I think that's what I took away from it. It's like not that big a deal.
And also they were also nice. They were like, oh yeah, message us. Like they just seemed so like humble and nice, even though these
like
people
approachable.
These people that were presenting, I mean, like have been in the industry for 30 years and like are doing like weddings that I've never seen before. And like, just like, of course, like being the president's photographer, like intimidating. What the heck? That's crazy.
He
like
was so sweet.
Yes. And it was just crazy that he was doing weddings because also I feel like people that are like very like are seen as like prestigious photographers kind of almost sometimes to me look down on weddings and like how can you do that, it's so like lame, things like that. And so it was cool
like
to
you're
see,
like selling out
or it's just like not, I don't know, not something that you should be doing, which whatever. But I just thought that was cool that he had been doing like journalism and then got into like the White House and started doing that and then is doing weddings still, which I think is so cool. What a portfolio, honestly.
He
had so many like good presidential moments and just like at the weddings too, which is so cool. I think
like what
so
a
cool.
Legacy.
Like I know he needs to do a book like John Dolan.
He was giving John Dolan vibes.
Yes, I agree. Just like the way they photograph and like approach a wedding day is really cool. I would love to see him like at work and see like how he does things. But yeah, so overall, definitely suggest going to a networking event if there's one close to you, and hopefully there is. And if there's not, put on a dinner and invite people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Because I was thinking about it too. In Lubbock, there's nothing like that. Like there's really nothing that's like gets people together, like wedding vendors. And so if I were to have heard that then when I was living in Lubbock, I'd be like, oh my gosh, well, maybe I just need to put on my own event to make that happen. And honestly, even now, just like inviting photographers or just like whoever we know in the industry to come over, or I don't know, meet up somewhere, have drinks, just have some fun. And meet people in person. I think that's maybe what I've been missing.
Yeah, I'm like feel the same.
But moving on, you had a wedding this past weekend.
Yes, it was in Austin. It was super fun. I felt kind of like rusty in the beginning of the day. I feel like I haven't had a big wedding like that in a while.
Okay.
Like, and I had a second shooter and everything. specifically during like wedding party photos and like well, I had this like one bridesmaid that was kind of like giving me a hard time.
Oh. Wait, what? What was she saying?
She was just like kind of like implying that I didn't know how to do my job a lot. Like she was trying to micromanage every little thing.
I see.
Which like I understand, like when you're a bridesmaid and you have duties to uphold for your bride, like you go hard.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. She was looking out for her. But
what kind of
she would just
don't
be
understand
like,
how
I would take a photo and then she would like be like, for example, she would like want to fix the dress, like she would move the train like completely to the opposite side and be like, no, that's better.
Oh, okay.
And just
okay,
like
okay.
which really like knocks the flow of how I shoot a wedding, because I'm like not picture perfect, and she wanted everything to be picture perfect. So
I see.
Which is like fine. Like I appreciate her like noticing like little details like that. I just think because I hadn't felt like that in a long time, I was like, oh my God, can I even like shoot a wedding? I was like, am I even like allowed to be
like
here?
Almost like the cherry on top of like, do I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Or like, have I ever done this?
Exactly. She just kind of like made me feel like I didn't know what I was doing. Which after that, I like took a deep breath and I was like, no, I just need to like restart the day.
Yeah. Sometimes when I have a big break in between weddings, I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like, because I had a big break where I was focusing on my own wedding.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. But after like wedding party photos, family photos, it was just like a super beautiful.
It looked so
easy
the colors,
day.
Miranda. I died.
Super colorful.
They were so good. And that one photo with the greenery, I'm like, that is like the best photo you've ever taken.
Like really sick grass that I've never
literally
seen before.
looked like it was moving in the photo. It was crazy. I was just like,
yeah, it was wild. I felt like I was like in New Zealand or something. Like,
it was so pretty. And I don't know, just like the angle, the colors, like everything was perfect. Like the sun was perfectly on them. It was just like such a good photo.
Oh
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, and so yeah, it was beautiful. It was like a multicultural wedding, so it was really fun.
That was also very cool, like the henna on her hands and everything.
Yeah, so
just like how colorful it was. I don't know, everything was just amazing. Yeah, it seemed like. So
yeah,
how fun. And then Miranda also had her wedding.
Yes,
she's a wife.
Oh,
wait, that's wild.
Literally. I feel okay calling myself a wife, but I still get tripped up calling Ian my husband. Like husband is such like a foreign word to me.
One also sounds like so grown up.
I know.
Oh my gosh, Miranda.
Yes. But no, I've just kind of like been in like bliss. I think yesterday I was having a hard time. I was very overwhelmed, like coming home from the networking event and just like back into like reality, I think.
I see.
Because we didn't do a honeymoon, so just like having a week to be like with no responsibilities but still being here. It's kind of a weird feeling.
Yes. When it was so close to home, literally. Like your wedding too. So it just like almost like feels like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So like then like this week really like coming back to work and being like, okay, this is reality now. It feels so weird. And I talked about this on my Instagram, but like the wedding blues are so real. And I thought that was just like a load of shit.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Or like when people think of like wedding blues, a lot of people think, like we were talking to a photographer at the WIPA event about it. A lot of people think like I'm talking about like wedding blues as in like everything that you've planned is over, like the process of planning something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even talking about that. I don't care about that. I'm just talking about like I cry because I will never be at the wedding ever again. Like it was one moment in time. Again. Yeah. And like I literally felt so loved all day long.
Wait,
like
that's so sweet.
I've never felt like that ever. Like just like overwhelming joy and like happiness. And so because that was like such an amazing feeling, not to have that, it feels so weird.
You're like, where'd it go?
Yeah. And I literally keep crying about it.
Yeah, but I mean, that love surrounds you like every day. Like you have Ian, and then you have your friends and your family. So it's just like they're just like in separate places now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, how was the morning? Because I wasn't there the morning of, so I know nothing about like how the morning went and like what y'all did. So let's start off there.
We woke up. So Ian's family traveled in on that Thursday.
Okay.
From San Francisco and then also Lubbock or Plainview. And so they had like an Airbnb down the street.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Okay, amazing.
So the morning of, we went over there. We had some pastries. My college best friend flew in.
Yeah,
so
she was so fun. I loved her.
Shout out Dakota.
Yes.
She crashed on my couch the night before. So
cute.
She was just hanging with us. And so we went over, had breakfast, and then I went to Dry Bar to get my hair done with Ian's sister. So that was like around at 10 a.m. And then after that, I went over to the house that we were having the wedding at. And this is one thing that I didn't realize is a thing that we need to think about, like just making space for people's emotions.
Yes.
When you're getting ready, like you're in the one room for like hours and hours and like you don't leave.
Yeah.
Which I think was a big mistake for me.
Oh.
Because I had so much anxiety and I think I had like cabin fever or something from being in one room.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like people would come in and out, but I wouldn't leave, which is weird. Like, why did I do that? I just thought I had to be in the getting ready room, you know?
Yes. Well, you don't think about that stuff until you're stuck in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like nice. Like, I think you just like kind of expect there to be like a getting ready room where you're getting ready with all of your friends and, which is true, but like I could have left like, cause I didn't physically get into my dress until like 15 minutes before the ceremony started. So it's like, why was I keeping myself in this room for 3 hours? Like,
wait, why did you?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm like, oh, okay.
Like I could have like left. I just like, I don't know. I just thought like,
that's just what you do?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like there was food in there. There was like wine in there. Like
no need to leave.
No need to leave. But I should have.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know why this reminded me, but I did a wedding like a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. And she kind of almost changed my perspective in a way of like who needs to get ready when, because she got ready because she was going to do a first look and take some photos before they were going to go down the aisle. But she told her mom and her 2 bridesmaids they didn't have to get ready. They were just wearing like their like her mom was wearing jeans and just like a collared shirt, and like I think her bridesmaids were wearing like pajamas, something cozy, and she didn't make them change into their dresses until they needed to be in their dresses like for the ceremony. And I was like, why don't people do that? Because that's so true. Like they don't actually need to be dressed until like 15 minutes before the ceremony. I mean, I guess unless you want them to, but she definitely like changed my perspective with things like that too, where she didn't get dressed until she really had to. Yeah. And she was like in and out going, like she was in her pajamas, she got ready and then she went over to like the reception area and was like talking to Mackenzie the planner and was just kind of like walking around, just having a vibe. So that reminds me of that, which is...
Well, I think I had so much anxiety, like nerves, like...
Yes.
I just like kind of felt frozen, honestly.
Okay.
And so maybe that's why I didn't like think to leave the room.
Yeah. But just like looking back, you're like, why didn't I leave? Yeah. Yeah.
Looking back, I would definitely like not like close the doors, barricade the doors. Yeah.
Like in prison.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I had so much anxiety leading up, and my friend Abby was there with me getting ready, and she is married, and she was telling me, I know you're feeling this right now. Aww. Once you start walking down the aisle, it all goes away. And I was like, okay, not really believing her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I felt like you did not trust her at all.
No, I didn't. But I will say, if you are a bride and you're getting married, like literally it does happen. Like as soon as you take that first step, I don't know what happens, but everything melts away and it's just like pure bliss.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm getting married.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the only thing you can think about. That's so cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, acting like I know what I'm talking about. I'm like never experienced it. I'm like, yeah, I know.
It was like so
I've just heard it
beautiful.
so many times. Like everyone says that. So that's really, really cool. Okay, so yes, you're walking down the aisle.
Yes, I had my childhood dog with me. She walked me down. She's like really old now.
Cutest dog alive.
I love her so much. Oh my gosh. She was star of the show, honestly.
Yeah, and I have 2 dogs. And I was just like, me and Avery both saw the dog like when we first entered. And I was like, oh my gosh, a dog. We weren't expecting it. So we love dogs.
Nobody was expecting it. Because I literally I had this idea like a week before. I was like, wait, can we have Nellie there?
Yes, Nellie.
And so, yeah.
She did so good, too.
She did so good.
Oh, my gosh. Wait, did she do good, like, walking you down the aisle? Okay, amazing.
My stepdad said, because I kind of blacked out. I don't really remember walking. But my stepdad said that she, like, perked up and she was, like, here for it. And she looked like a show dog. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So
she transformed. I love it. Oh, my gosh. That's so beautiful. All right. Okay. Now the ceremony.
The ceremony was, I had this one moment where I was standing up there and all I could see was like, when Ian was reading his vows and we wrote it on paper and I could see his handwriting. And I don't know, it just like felt like a movie. I was like, this is exactly what I've been envisioning. And it's happening. And it was just beautiful.
That's so cute.
And he cried so hard. I thought I was going to cry. And I think I was too nervous. Like I kept
You didn't even know what to do?
I kept laughing.
Stop. That'd be me. I'm a big laugher when I'm nervous. Like on roller coasters, I'll laugh.
Really?
Yes, because I'm so nervous. That is so funny.
And our officiant like cried, which I didn't expect him to cry. He was like one of our best friends. Yeah, it was perfect.
And it was such a pretty day.
No rain. I can't even believe it.
It was wild. Like the most perfect day.
Yeah.
It was great.
Abby says that she has a theory that if the couple really loves each other.
Cut that out. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
No,
she just said that to make me feel better.
I know. It's just so funny. We're like wedding photographers. We're like, well.
I'm like, if it rained on your wedding day, you don't love each other. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. No, that is so funny.
Yeah, perfect weather.
Like, yeah, they're getting divorced if it rains. Just talking shit. Oh my gosh. No, it really was a perfect day though. Like it was just gorgeous. So I can't even imagine how it looked whenever you guys are like during the ceremony.
And so then after the ceremony, which this is what I want to talk about, like was super important to me. Me and Ian left and we went into the room that I got ready in. Okay. And we just kind of like had like 20 minutes just to ourselves.
I love that.
And I had my camera in there. And so I took some portraits of him, which I'm so excited to get the film back from that. But it was just like beautiful, like just bliss. Like I really feel like couples need that time right after the ceremony to just like breathe and realize that they just got married.
Yes, I agree. I was just talking to a client about that. Like you need room in your timeline to breathe. Because I feel like everyone's just like trying to pack everything in that it's just like, if you don't add breathing room, it's going to feel like a photo shoot that people don't want anymore. It's just like, they don't want to be like, you know, picture after picture after picture. But if you don't have time to breathe, then I mean, what are we going to do? So yeah, I think it's really, really important to even if it's 10 minutes after the ceremony to just relax.
Yeah. Because I'm sure we were only gone like 20 minutes. It felt like we were in there for like an hour.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's still, I mean, yeah, just even that feeling of just being together and being like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
We just got married. What the heck? It's so cool.
We took some selfies, you know.
I know. I love the pictures of you like with your camera on in your wedding dress. So cute. Oh my gosh. Wait, I have a question.
What?
Vale had no idea you were doing that.
Yeah, no one did. Listen, you knew what my dress looked like because you helped me like plan everything. But I kept my outfit on lock. No one knew. Everyone thought I was wearing a blue dress because I had been talking about a blue dress my whole life.
Yes.
But no, I shocked him with the white one.
I love it. Oh my gosh, everyone was surprised.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I did a pink veil.
Yeah, which I thought was so cute.
Did you like it?
No, I loved it. Obviously, I don't know about I wasn't expecting anything, but it was just like a fun little surprise to see that you wore that because I didn't know that until after the pictures maybe I saw.
Because I only wore it during the ceremony.
Yeah, so I don't know when I saw it, if it was after or when Kenzie showed me like film photos or the Polaroids that she took. But yeah, I just thought that was a fun little add-on to it because I would have never expected that.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm not having a colorful dress, I'm gonna have a colorful veil.
Yes, so. You need some color.
Yeah.
And then you also, I realized that you chose red nails instead of like the light pink, pale pink color. So what happened to that?
I don't know. I was like, last minute, I was like, you know what? I feel my most me with red nails.
Yep.
And our wedding was so colorful that I just like, I didn't want anything to be like traditional or expected. Like,
I
just went with red nails.
Just very on brand for you.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. I just noticed that the day of because I was like, she said, or you were like testing out colors.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, ooh, that's a cute surprise that I didn't know why she chose red or like what happened with that. Or they're like, oh, wrong color. And you were just like, okay.
No, I planned it. Also, like I was wearing blue shoes, like baby blue shoes.
Yeah.
And I just think red and blue is so pretty together.
Yeah.
So.
And your shoes and your dress kind of like matched each other, which I thought was really cute. They both had like bows, like a pattern of bows. Yeah. Which I thought was really cute. But I guess what happened in between the ceremony and the reception? What did you do during that?
Everyone, like all of our family, flipped the backyard. So half of the backyard was for our ceremony. And then I wanted one long table. And there were 9 of them. So it was very long.
Yes.
So they all had to flip the backyard for us. And one thing that I was looking over your questions that you wrote.
Oh, yes. No, please.
And you were like, what's one like detail that you were like stressed about that you didn't need to be? And I think for me, the seating chart. I was so stressed about this seating chart because we had perfected it. And then like someone would RSVP or like say that they couldn't come and we had to rearrange everything.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it was like perfect. And I was like, I worked so hard on this. And then also like you had texted me like the horoscope of our day.
Oh, okay. I was like, what did I do?
No, yeah. And it was basically saying that like the Virgo in me had planned everything and now I just have to let everything go and like trust.
It was like the weekly horoscope, which I think is a good tip if you have someone getting married and they love horoscope and like things like that. Because I don't know how I thought about it, but I was like, I feel like this is so cute to like send because it was like perfect.
It really
with what you were going through.
Yeah. So I just had to like let go.
Just be grounded.
Yes. And just trust that like what's going to happen is going to happen. So the only time I got control freaky was about the seating chart because I walked out to see the table and I was like, that's not supposed to go there. So then I took it into my own hands and I did the seating chart.
But that's the beauty of like just being at your wedding day and just like being able to do it. Like you can do that stuff. Like it's not really like, to me that I feel like that's not like very control freak. Freak. It's just like I just wanted a certain way and that's just how it's gonna be.
Well, why I'm saying that it's like should not be something that I stress about.
Oh yeah,
is like 30 minutes after we all sat down for dinner, like everyone just like switched their chairs anyway. So I'm like, cool, no respect for the seating chart.
Really, I didn't even notice that people like switched or like did anything.
I mean, it's fine. Like people should be able to sit where they want to sit. Like if they want to talk to someone, they can move. But I just thought it was funny. Like
okay, you were like
that I was so stressed about it and it didn't even matter.
Yes.
So
that is so funny. People are just gonna do what they do. Yeah. Especially if it's like a really long table and people do want to like talk to like the other side because we just can't. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But it looked really pretty with everyone like sitting down. Once everyone was like at their seats, I thought it looked really, really pretty.
It was like a movie. Like all the candles,
really
all the twinkly lights were strung like above the table. It was just like one long line of just like happiness.
Yes. It was so pretty. I know. And again, like the sun was shining perfectly. Like everything was so green outside. It was colorful. I don't know. Everyone was like so nice and sweet and just like, I don't know. To me, everything was just like perfect. And honestly, like from the mock-up that I sent you and to like what your vision was, it was like exactly the same, which is wild.
It turned out. And you know how stressed I was about like putting everything together and it looking like shit?
Yes.
No, it was perfection.
It was beauty, like so beautiful.
Even like, I don't know if you remember this, but I was talking about like my prom trauma, about like my prom dress and my hair, and like nothing went to plan, and I hated it. I was so scared that my wedding outfit was gonna look that. And whenever I got dressed, like Kinsey was in the room with me and she started crying. It was so cute. And she was like, how are you so able to articulate your personal style? And I was like, I literally feel like I cannot, so thank you for saying that. And she was like saying that it was like perfect to my personality, and I was like, okay, it came together.
Yes, everything was on brand. Like really, everything was on brand. It was
that
like
makes me
perfect.
so happy.
When it's also just like helps that we're like in the wedding industry and you have like a good eye for like design and just like fashion and things like that. So everything just like, I don't know, came together so well and was just like very on brand with you guys and both of your like personalities and everything. I loved something that I loved about Ian's like outfit was his tie. Okay. And I was like asking him about that, and he was like telling me.
Did he tell you?
Yes. Yeah. Like he couldn't find a tie. And then so he just ended up with the tie that he already had. And I was like, it's literally perfect. Yeah. It's so cool.
I love it. I think he's just so used to wearing it that he wanted something different.
Yeah.
But the universe was like, nope, you need this.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just what you have already that looks the best, because like I wouldn't have known that was just like something he wore a lot. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Like I've never seen anything like this.
A lot of people said that they had never seen a tie like that. It was kind of like a knit tie.
And it was like it wasn't the.
Yeah, it was like straight.
Yes, it was straight at the bottom, which is unusual for, not unusual, but just like different design wise for a tie. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
That he did that.
Yeah, it was literally the best day of my life. And I'm so sad that it's gone. But
yeah. Well, is there anything else that you learned from the wedding day? Like, is there anything that you kind of like?
Oh, okay. The biggest lesson that I've learned is.
Ooh, the biggest.
Yes, this is revolutionary. It kind of goes back to what we learned at the networking event.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I do not want to wait for the next excuse of like a big life event to throw a party. And I want to be able to experience those same feelings that I felt with my friends and like people closest to me more often.
Yes.
And it's like, why did it take a wedding for me to like be able to feel
bring
that?
everyone together? Yeah, I know. I feel like that's most people when they have a wedding. They're like, oh my gosh, wait, I haven't seen everyone in the same room.
Yeah.
Like ever, I think. And so yeah, I definitely that's really sweet.
I want to like,
and you've been talking about like hosting and doing stuff.
And I literally haven't.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, no, I need to. Once a month.
Well, and you also did so good with your own wedding, just like planning and designing it and doing everything. Yeah. So I think you definitely should and can. Yeah. And will.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, that's incredible. I loved it. And in terms of photography, you had your wedding shot all on film, right?
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
Yes. And
tell the people how many rolls you ended up with, because all of her friends are photographers.
Yeah, I think it was like 23 or 24, which maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but
I feel like that is a lot.
It is a lot, because
I guess in terms of like digital photography, that's not a lot.
But we didn't have any formal photos. Like it was just, I just wanted my friends to be able to capture their perspective of the day. That's all I wanted.
Yeah. And they did.
They did.
They showed up. And
they showed up, and my bank account is paying for it.
Wait, yes. Can we ask? Is that rude to ask? How much was the film?
So I've only paid for half of it, because the lab that I go to, they send 2 different invoices, like one to develop it.
Okay.
And then they'll send another invoice for the scans. Oh. Just in case like you get like a blank roll, they don't charge you for it.
Wow. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I've never heard of that. I'm like, where have I been going?
Yeah. So just to drop off the film,
oh gosh,
was like $250, $275.
Oh,
but
really?
that's just to develop it.
But still, I feel like I was almost expecting a lot more.
Well, I think the scans are gonna cost like $400 to $500.
Okay.
So together, it's gonna be like
a little less,
$700 to $900.
Okay. Which I feel like isn't too bad, I guess. I don't know why I was expecting it to be so much more. Yeah. I'm also not very good at math, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still a lot, but
it's still a lot, but like we didn't have to pay for a photographer.
yeah,
so.
yeah. I know everyone was just shooting film, buying their own film, like doing their thing. I didn't bring any film. I just brought.
You took so many Polaroids. I'm so excited. I remember like sitting next to you. I mean, I was a little tipsy. And
you and
you're
Ian
like,
both.
Oh yeah. We don't have to talk about that part. But I sat next to you and you're like, look at all these photos. And I was just going through them and there was like, it was like the biggest stack of Polaroids I've ever seen. And I was just so excited.
It was a lot. Yeah. But I kind of like, I mean, I went into it planning on taking a lot because I don't know. I love a printed photo.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I knew everyone else was just going to shoot film. And so I was like, well, I might as well do something. I always have to be different.
I love it.
Like, wait, I'm such a pick me. No, I'm like, everyone's going to be shooting film, so I'm going to do something different.
No, but I loved it because like literally I was looking through them and I was like, this could be my whole gallery.
No, it literally, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I just need to do that at all my weddings. Just shoot Polaroids.
Have one person be a Polaroid person.
It's so fun. It's just so fun. I just love like a good little picture that's printed. It's fast. It's just like so easy. You don't really have to think about it. I don't have to like change any settings or anything. So it was just perfect. But anything else you'd like to add? I didn't even look at my questions. I feel like you went through everything.
Yeah, I kind of like remembered your questions again.
Yeah, no, well, which is good because I was like, I didn't even look. I was just like, I'm like, yes, I want to know what happened.
Yeah, we just really wanted to recap my wedding on here because I know I've kind of been like talking about the whole planning process. So, and thanks to all my friends who listen to the podcast and who were so excited that I got married, and I've just been so showered with love. So
I know, and you're gonna be showered full of love your whole life.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna be hosting events, so it'll be fine. You'll have your little moment again. We can dress up and plan everything. I'm like including myself. I'm like, we.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm too much. I need to go to bed.
You're just the right amount of everything. I love it.
Oh my gosh. No, that was perfect. I'm so glad I got like the behind the scenes because I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting for like this episode to just kind of like be surprised and know and like ask questions and just kind of be like, I don't know, just chatting about the wedding. But congrats again.
Thank
She's
you.
a wife.
Ian's
your husband. So fun. Did y'all go to the hotel and just go straight to bed?
Well,
I'm like, why would
after we went to Carbone.
Oh no, y'all wanted to take a shower. That's like the first thing that you're like, I need to take a shower. Because y'all had been outside like all day.
Yeah. So the cutest thing ever. Ian's friends decked out their car, and
oh yes,
they were so like our getaway car. Which like they had put like flowers on the back saying just married, but then on the inside there was a million petals of like flower petals everywhere. There was a million candles everywhere. They had 2
I had no idea
glasses of champagne ready for us.
It was so cute. Oh my gosh, you have like the best friends.
I know. This is what I'm saying. I'm like just crying like every day.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
so cute. So they took us to our hotel. We stayed at the Virgin, and then a lot of our friends, including you, were meeting up at Vino and Carbone.
Yes.
And so we decided to have a little nightcap at the end, and I think that's where it was a little too much for Ian.
Well, it was just like all day too.
Yeah,
it was like all day, just being with everyone, drinking.
One thing is like
they gave us champagne. Y'all had whiskey. Yeah, I was like, y'all are just mixing.
The whiskey. It was the whiskey.
Mixing everything.
For some reason, whiskey doesn't like affect me, and I can like I was literally drinking whiskey all day because I was so nervous and anxious.
Gosh!
Like I drank whiskey before my branding photos. Like it always just like makes me feel
girl.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, but for Ian, he gets sick, and so his friend like ordered us like the nicest whiskey, like top shelf.
Oh
okay, so I'm like, we have to drink it. You know,
it's like he's like adding it to your words.
So yeah, then after we got home, like Yeah, we was just crashed. We just crashed.
Oh my gosh, I bet. I just can't. I would be the same way on my wedding day. I'd just be like, this is too much. I gotta go to bed. I gotta take a shower.
We did take a shower. The shower was so nice.
Yeah, in your
waterfall.
Room, just like being at the Virgin is so cool.
I loved it so much. We want to like go there every year for our anniversary.
Wait, that would be cute. A little staycation.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for letting us in on your wedding day.
You're so welcome.
The whole world to know.
Hopefully it was entertaining. I'm sorry if I just yapped too much about myself. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I couldn't even get myself together at the beginning. So I'm glad that I did. It would have been a rough episode if I couldn't do it.
No, we came through.
No, it was perfect. But yeah, that's it for today. We don't have anything else.
We just wanted to yap and recap.
Yeah, yapped your ears off, I hope. But we will see you guys next week.
Love you. Bye.